Aloha and welcome to Betty's Real Estate Corner, brought to you by Coldwell Banker Sakamoto Properties. Roy and Betty Sakamoto both here today in the studio to kind of catch you up on what's going on, what's happening, a little bit of this, a little bit of that, and it should be a lot of fun today.
How did we come up with the name of the show? Do you remember?
No, I don't. No, I don't really, because originally it was going to be us, the two of us, and then in the very beginning, I don't know. I think did I come myself that day, or did you? You kind of named it, I think.
Yeah.
Betty's something.
Anyway,
it's Betty's Real Estate Corner.
Yeah.
And we talk about real estate. We talk about Maui. We talk right now about Maui in general and everything that's happening and how difficult it is for everyone. And yet we do have a really great story of promise that we'll talk about for a little bit. It's going to be opening this week at Kapalua. Next week, sorry. Yeah. I keep pushing it a little bit faster than it is. But I think there is a lot going on right now. It's still going to be hard. I sometimes picture it and see that as we get older, I'm not sure that we'll actually get to see Lahaina reopened. But I hope we do. I hope that something gets it going and somehow it just all comes together, because I think people need that in their life today.
They do.
Definitely need it.
No, absolutely. We're 1 week away from the 1-year anniversary of the horrendous Lahaina fire, and lost many good friends, horrendous property damage, and it's. I think many people are doing what they can to get Lahaina back on his feet. So we'll see.
It's going to be really, really interesting how it all comes down, I think, at this point. I think it really is different than we thought it would be. I think it's taking longer than we ever dreamed it could be. I think the good news was from where we were sitting during the fires, which was in our home and far enough north that we were safe. We didn't know exactly where the fire was. We actually thought that it was more or less above Kaanapali, or we didn't think it was up in the hills. Yeah, above Lahaina, something like that. Never would have dreamed what was happening was actually happening, but it was a very scary, scary time. We actually at one point thought, from everything that we had no telephone, we had no anything, and we hadn't for the whole day. So I remember at one point thinking, it's going to be a nightmare, because then we'd get closer and closer and hear more and more. And I think we were actually afraid at one time that there could be easily 1,000 people that would die in this fire.
Yeah, we had a granddaughter and her friend staying with us then, granddaughter from Portland. So, no, it was a lot of uncertainty. No, as far as we were concerned, we had no idea what was going on. The rest of the world, the rest of Maui and the rest of the world knew what was going on. We had no idea.
Right. Our families, or my family, Roy's family home burned in the fire. Now, his parents had passed away, and we ended up, sadly, selling the home a long time ago. But it was a great home, 463 Lahaina Luna Road.
Right. Uh-huh.
And it was a great property. It was beautiful. It had fabulous trees on the property, big mango tree. It was the sweetest house of all time. You couldn't have been more comfortable. When my daughter, Julie Ahu Flynn, was here for high school, my father-in-law would pick her up from school and bring her down to the house before track practice. And she would sleep in his chair. She would get a little 15-minute nap in, and they would have cookies, etc. I don't know why I got on that right now, but it was the greatest home of all time. It was small, it was loving, it was perfect. And I'm sad that it's gone, just because it's gone.
But, we need to look forward, and there's a lot happening to rebuild Lahaina. And it's going to happen. It's going to take a little longer than anybody projected, I think. But, there's starts that we hear about. We've got a project through TY Management Company, the owners of the golf courses at Kapalua. We'll be opening a 50-unit modular home project at Kapalua. And first phase will be open August 13th. So we'll have a ceremony with the governor, the mayor, various dignitaries attending. So these will be eventually 50 units, 50 homes, 20 two-bedrooms, 15 three-bedrooms, 15 four-bedrooms.
Now, they're small. There's no question about it. But they have everything. They'll have a washer-dryer in there, all of the appliances that you could use. It'll be fully furnished, So, I'm sure you're going to have linens and whatnot, all of the things that hopefully you've accumulated some of. And we should probably all be careful that we have some things like that ready, and for people that are moving in,
right,
that won't have just blankets and stuff, So just as a way to see to it that people are comfortable in those first days.
Yeah, initially these are going to be set aside for employees of the golf courses. 46 of them lost their homes. So we're just going through right now which one of the employees are interested in taking one of these homes. And it's obvious that all 50 aren't going to be taken. So we're trying to figure out some method to open the rest of the homes to the general public.
Or it could possibly go first to other Kapalua employees.
Possibly. We're just looking at various scenarios.
Well, I think it's a great location, and I hope it does what it's been intended to do, because I think it will make for a really nice community. And like I keep saying, I still picture Sunday. Sunday, everybody gets up and they would know all their neighbors, basically.
Yeah.
Get a cup of coffee and you walk outside and you're in what was the first hole of the original village course. And all of your neighbors will be people that you know, and the kids, and it'll be great. And I just hope it works the way we picture it. It should.
Right, and there's not one penny coming out of our government sources. These are all privately funded by the owner of the golf courses. His generosity is unbelievable. And I'm not quite sure on the costs of the development. It's not inexpensive. These homes have been shipped over from Japan, courtesy of Daiwa House, one of the largest modular home builders in Japan. And a lot of logistics involved, having to work through shipping companies and so forth, getting these shipped over from Japan. So all the homes are here. About half of them are erected, and the rest are soon to follow.
There's been so many people that have helped. One was Lars Warner's.
Yep.
And
Cutting edge development. He really, without him, it would have been hard to keep moving. But he really put in a lot of time and a lot of energy. Adam Kaspersky, architect.
That's right,
has been
Adam.
Amazing.
And his father passed away, didn't he?
His father was one of the fire victims. But Adam has just been unbelievable.
He's done so much to make this really happen. He's an amazing architect.
Yes.
He is, and a citizen. I've got so much to say about him, Lars, and Lars's business, because a lot of his people have stepped in and helped. And it's not like nobody got paid, but nobody got paid what they should have gotten paid, my opinion.
No.
It was a lot of what was done for the community. It was done for Lahaina. It was done because Roy Sakamoto wanted them to do it. It was done because Roy wanted his client to be happy. And if we could get everyone from golf, to end up with a home right there at Kapalua, it'll have a 5-year lifespan, it appears. But still, they're nice, smaller homes. A lot of people are living with children in small one-bedrooms. I mean, this is small, but I still think it's a home. It's got windows and looks out. Oh, they're great. They're going to be great.
They are.
So,
no, we've had a chance to tour the finished homes and the various floor plans, and I mean, it's going to be great living. Absolutely great.
Yeah, we could live there. I mean, I'm happy that today we don't have to, but I've been here now almost 50 years, and I can remember when Julie was here. My daughter, we have between us 5 kids. Roy has 4, I have 1. We had everybody in smaller places at different times, but we did great. And if someone had given us this with a washer, dryer, and everything that was there, we would have lived in it and been really happy, especially on a golf course.
Yes.
Anyway, yeah.
And I've got to say big kudos to Governor Green. The governor was very, very instrumental in helping us through all the various permitting processes.
That's great. That's great to hear.
And again, not 1 cent of public funds, government funds are being used.
And that means a lot. That means a lot for everybody because I'm sure the government is also spending a lot of money on a lot of different things because of the fire. But it's something that we have to do as a community, and we have to take care of our people. And it's very difficult. It's very difficult on people today.
Right. And, we can go back and, find out the causes of all the lack of affordable housing and so forth. Years ago, developers were forced to put into a affordable housing fund X number of dollars per unit, which they did.
Absolutely. Whatever happened to that?
All went into, I guess, the general fund and spent. So, I think a lot of the blame, we can go on and on about this, but I think a lot of the blame has to be shouldered by the county as far as affordable housing that should have been built going back 20, 30 years ago. And, obviously weren't built. And so what happened to these funds? Well,
I think, like you say, though, I mean, the blame game doesn't help any.
No.
I think there's a lot of reasons.
No,
and
we've got to move on.
That's right. We have to move on with it. But I do think that there were great intentions of having more affordable housing. And then people ended up, double and triple in one place. And I think it kind of worked okay. But did it really work for people? I mean, people mostly need their own places. They need a place with their kids. And there should have been something. And then there was also the problem that somebody would get a small development going, and then the people that bought it would end up selling and moving on. But that also was their right. I mean, they bought a place, they were able to make money and maybe move back to where they moved here from. Not the best thing for the community in a way, but yet I think there were homes that were built. And we could name some of the developments, but it doesn't matter at this point because they needed to keep it going, keep it going, keep it going. And that didn't happen.
Didn't happen.
So,
no.
Anyway, but Maui is still the best.
Oh, no question. Absolutely. That's
Maui no KAOI.
That's why we live here.
That's why we live here.
And, yeah.
And we're not leaving. Every so often, I look at it right now, and I feel like we may not end up able to see Lahaina rebuilt. We both happen to be 80-ish, and it's moving along quickly. But I only thought of that the other day. I thought, I hear so much, and then someone says, it's going to take at least 10 years. Okay, yeah, I guess that's okay. But it's moving along fast. So it's going to be hard to see it, but I want to see it. And I want everyone to make it as good as it can be, and hopefully we can have a part in that.
Oh, absolutely. We'll go dancing down Front Street.
We will dance our way down Front Street. Yep. What was the last thing that your dad was there for? Remember? You were there, your dad was there, and there was a parade on Front Street. Do you remember? What was that?
That was the 150th anniversary of Lahaina Luna.
Okay, right. Yeah. Okay, that was really pretty great because Roy's dad graduated from Lahaina Luna. I don't remember the year, but we do have his diploma at our house.
1929.
I think so. You graduated in 1960.
Yep.
Yeah, and we've done our best to do anything we can to support Lahaina High School. It's a great school. It's great for our community, and it means a lot to everybody. And right now, all of these scholarships that are happening because of the fires, this year will be more kids from Lahaina end up in college than ever.
Yeah, I think it's something like 80 or 85%.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah, that's never happened.
No, that's, the latest was the donation through Hawaii Community Foundation, the Lahaina Strong Fund, where...
it was Lahaina Strong, not Maui Strong. Lahaina Strong, okay.
Right. And through the Downtown Athletic Club of Hawaii, Keith Amamiya, who we know, has been totally at the forefront of helping Lahaina and Lahaina Luna. And mahalo, Keith, for all you're doing. You were able to get the Lahaina Luna football captains to the Super Bowl, the 3 coaches that attended also. And they have done so much for Lahaina Luna. It's unbelievable.
If anybody didn't see that, when the kids were all in Honolulu for the Super Bowl, or not in Honolulu,
Las Vegas.
In Las Vegas for the Super Bowl, wherever they were for the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
It was pretty amazing that the Lahaina kids got to go there and totally be a part of it.
A chicken skin moment.
It was a total chicken skin moment.
Yeah.
It was one of those days that we'll never forget, and the kids will never forget it. And I hope now that the same kids will have a great future in Lahaina or wherever they go. If they get to go to college right now, a lot of them, I'm sure, will stay away because they'll end up with other jobs. A lot of them will come back here like they always do because it's home. And I think the new Lahaina hopefully will provide more jobs, good jobs, and Lahaina will be strong. It'll be as strong as Lahaina Strong envisioned it.
We need to keep our young people.
We need to keep our young people. Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Now, we're getting down. We do have a lot of properties that we could talk about, but we might also, what else can you think of that would be worth at least talking about right now? Who made a difference through all of this? There's so many people. We should have a list of them when we come to do a radio show. People that made a major difference, to the community during the fires, after the fires, trying to help. Or what about the thing you did? Because I still think that was amazing.
Yeah, but, Archie Kalepa has done fantastic for the Lahaina community. And
he's amazing. Archie Kalepa.
Yeah.
He's actually, remember, Julie's classmate.
Right.
Yep.
Yeah. And, so many people are helping. It's unbelievable. It's been a community effort. It's really heartwarming. And maybe sometimes it takes a tragedy like this to have a community really come together, and we're seeing that, absolutely.
Yeah,
there are factions that are, just out there throwing whatever to the wind, but I think the Lahaina community has gotten stronger and unified, and hopefully we can use this to all move forward.
I hope so, because I think you're right. I think it is getting stronger. I think a lot of people have moved already for different reasons, and that just happened. But I think that, again, people are staying, and people are going to make this, again, the greatest Lahaina of all time, however it comes together.
Yeah, I think economically we're taking a hit. Projections are we're going to take a hit in the near future. This will continue. But as Maui reopens or Lahaina reopens and Maui as a whole, I think we're going to come back really, really strong. And I think if we concentrate on the historical aspects of Lahaina, more so than the $20 for 3 puka shell necklaces, if we concentrate on restoring the historic areas of Lahaina, including Moku'ula Island, and hopefully landmarks like the Pioneer Inn and the old courthouse there at the harbor. These are all remembrances of Lahaina and the historic issues of Lahaina that Lahaina had to go through And I think way back in the 1960s, there was a movement to designate Lahaina as a historic site, and I'm not sure whatever happened to that.
No, I'm not
Maybe
either.
a push should begin again.
But what you just said a minute ago, though, Moku'ula Island, that's very interesting. We're going to run out of time quickly, but could you do a small explanation? Because I would bet even people that have lived here forever don't understand exactly what that was or meant.
Well, Moku'ula Island was the summer home for King Kamehameha. It's in an area across from what we know as 505 Front Street, across from the old armory in Lahaina. It's before the fire was the ballpark, tennis courts, and so forth for Lahaina. And I think, there's a movement now to restore Moku'ula Island, use that as a historical landmark for Lahaina, and I hope it succeeds. I know we've donated funds to this, and hopefully others will. Actually,
in the parking garage there at 505 Front Street, after this, it's all fresh water that's in the basement there. So that they're saying that is fresh water. I mean, it's not...
The thought is the fire rejuvenated the natural springs in the area, and that caused the flooding in the subterranean parking for 505 Front Street. And again, very chicken skin. You can see the little canals throughout this area next to Moku'ula Island. They're full of water right now. And, I think that's a great sign.
I think it is, too. I think that Lahaina is coming back. It will come back strong. And we've just got to all hope and pray for that and see to it that it happens, all of us, no matter what our ages are. The young people won't care. They'll just live and let live and move on, because that's what it'll be. And I think that whether Moku'ula Island will make a major difference to everybody.
Well, and again, coming down to the children, I think, seeing 85% of the graduates at Lahaina Luna continuing on to college, that is huge. They've never seen numbers like this before. Mm-hmm. So it's, it takes a village. It's a statewide effort, and that's our village to restore Lahaina. And so, again, thank you to the Downtown Athletic Club of Hawaii and to the Hawaii Community Foundation. It's amazing. And this is what it's going to take. It
does.
Yeah, it's an effort from many, many angles.
And to the Lahaina Luna kids who are all going on to college, in a lot of cases, the kids wanted to go on to college, but it got difficult. I mean, even if they didn't have any funding, they didn't know where they were going to go, they didn't know this, all of a sudden, they've got some money in their pocket. They're going to be able to actually go to college. Hopefully, we'll be able to make it through 4 years and come back to Lahaina, which will be, by that time, getting ready to be a good community again.
Yeah.
Okay, we're down now to a 1-minute warning.
And we didn't talk real estate.
And we're hit. Okay, call Roy and Betty Sakamoto, 808-870-7060, or check in with the Caldwell Banker website or the SakamotoProperties.com.
Aloha.
Aloha. Thank you, Danny Couch.